Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Gino right checking in, and I come to talk to y'all today about DIY. That's right, folks, DIY. And the reason I want to talk to y'all about DIY today is because I saw something. It's been a few weeks ago, some months ago, actually. And first off, I just want to say that DIY, for anybody that's DIY, that's a DIY musician out there, salute to you, because it takes a lot to be a DIY artist, a DIY musician, or whatever you're doing. It takes a whole lot, and it's a lot put on you as a DIY musician. So I just want to take my time to, say hats off and salute to everybody that's DIY musicians out there. But DIY, before I get into what I saw, and then I'm gonna bring it back, first I want to say that DIY is do it yourself. That's what DIY stands for. It's an acronym for do it yourself. And I saw a post, like I said, a few months ago, and it said something like DIY don't mean do it yourself or do it all on your own. It was worded kind of differently, but it was basically, to me, it was basically saying that DIY doesn't stand for do it yourself. And I'm thinking to myself, like, but that's exactly what it stands for, right? Do it yourself, right? DIY. At least, that's the knowledge that I've been given, and, from what I've been doing over the years is, as a DIY musician, is do it yourself. And it's for us that don't have the funds, or don't have the team, or don't have the correct people in place to actually get things done for us. So in turn, we have to do it ourselves, right? Do it yourself, DIY. And I just want to kind of show y'all something, a bit about some DIYing that I do on my own. Everything you see about Gino White, Mob House Studios, Street Mob South, it's all have been do it yourself. I've been doing this shit myself. Damn, I can't even flip the camera around. Damn, it sucks. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that real good, but this is just, editing process in which I don't have to change nothing there. But you go here, edit content, boom, and bam. Let me refresh that. As you can see, it changed, because that's what I just done. Okay, this is all DIY. I'm doing all of this myself. I'm adding this content on here myself. I'm actually, and this is, this is not all that I'm doing on my own. I'm doing everything on my own. I have to talk to different people on my own, whoever I talk to about whatever. Video people, radio people. I have to be the one that reach out to the bloggers, and I have to be the one that book my own fucking shows. I have to be the one to book my own features. If somebody want to feature Gino White, I have to handle that. I don't have a manager. I have to be that. If I want to book a show, I have to talk to the booking agency or the booking club or whoever's throwing the show. I have to be the one to do that. I don't have nobody doing that for me. I have to be the one that say, hey, my album is going to release on this date in this year. I have to be the one to do that. I have to be the one to say, hey, this is how I want my album cover to look. I don't like that. Can you change this part? I have to be the one that when I'm in the studio, Ah, that don't sound right. Go back over and redo that. And I'm doing this to myself. I'm doing this to myself because I don't have no one doing this for me. I don't have an engineer. I don't have a personal producer, beat maker. I don't have none of that. I have to buy my beats from different producers or whatnot, beat makers or whatever you want to call them. They still producers in my eyes because they produce the sound that I'm, putting my vocals on. So that's producing to me, regardless of what anybody say about a beat maker / producer. They are producers. They are producing music. Producing something means to create. It means to bring forth. And that's what they are doing. They're producing beats, but whatever. DIY, do it yourself. And now I'm not here to say to everybody, hey, go do it yourself, because y'all might have a team and y'all might have what's needed to have in order to get things done. But for those of us who do not, DIY stands and it means exactly what it is. Do it yourself. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like I just named off a few it's. I've done it myself. I don't design my own graphics, but I hire graphic designers. I don't have a person that does that for me. When it comes to printing out flyers and posters, and I go get that done. I don't personally print them out. I have print, not posters or whatnot, but little flyers with my printer. I've printed those out myself. But when it comes to whatever needs to be done, I'm the one that gets it done. So you can't tell someone like me, and this is not me trying to start an argument or nothing like that. This is just me putting out there what's real. You can't tell someone like me that DIY doesn't mean do it yourself or do it all on your own. Or that's exactly what it means to someone like me. That's exactly what it means, because why? I have been 100% DIY artist, musician, or whatever you want to call it, for years. I've been 100% DIY. DIY everything from the rooter to the tutor. It's been DIY with Gino White in my house studio and Street Mob Shop. Everything is DIY. I have no help. No help. What you see right here, right now, what you seeing right now, this is going on my website that I'm going to personally put on there. I'm not sending this to nobody. I'm not sending it to nobody. I'm not going to have anybody else edit this video. It's going to be straight raw, uncut. I'm going to put some effects on it on my movie maker. But, other than that, it's all me, man. It's all me. DIY. Do it yourself. When you don't have the team to get it done, you still have to. It's still got to be done. It's still got to get done. So if you're waiting on the team to do it, then you can't call yourself a DIY musician, artist, or whatever. If you're waiting on the team to get it done, you are not DIY. And if you are getting it done on your own, then you are 100% DIY. And if you are doing it all on your own, then you are 110% DIY. Do it yourself.